Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a squat and deadlift day, and I've implemented some of the changes that we talked about a little bit last time. I'm going to just keep working on just fairly heavy singles with the different bars, a little bit here. Again, interesting with this bar, I need to really check the camera angle better because when I did this one, it felt like a really easy training max. It felt really deep. Looking at this camera angle, I'm not so sure about that. So I think on some of these, I probably need to adjust the angle just so I can see what's going on. Because, if you were to ask me what that felt like, it felt way below parallel. Looking at it, not sure about that. So that's okay though, because I'm using these as a warm up. I'm going to put a lot more focus on good mornings and the stiff bar work, continue to grip train. The reason for it, I just feel I recover easier from good mornings, and quite frankly, they build my squat. And I want to focus on power squatting more anyways, when I bring the squat back up. It's just easier on me. It's easier on my knees. It's just easier on recovery to focus on those muscles. And I'll get into that a little further when I talk about the good mornings. All right, I decided to see what I could do with 500 using this stiff bar. I was hoping to get 10 reps, but man, 8 reps. My hands were killing me. I lost a layer of skin. Now keep in mind, I'm not using just a regular stiff bar. I'm using the Texas Power Bar, which is again the meet legal one for bench pressing. It's harder to grip than the deadlift bar. And again, the grip, it was tough on my hands. I lost a good layer of skin here. No bleeding. But again, this is going to make me work real hard on these deadlifts. And I have a feeling that when I get up to where I can get really good with this stiff bar and continue to work on my grip training, when I go to pull with the power bar again, we're going to be good, because we pulled 635 and then I had a grip problem right at lockout, right? So we know that we need to work on grip, we need to work on hand strength, all those things. We know we need to fix these things, because the 635 didn't feel like a max, and it shouldn't be based upon my rep work, right? I should be good for at least 650. So once we sort this, I have a feeling I'm going to have a real big deadlift max. But in the meantime, we got to keep working. All right, good mornings. And these look tough. These were hard. I haven't done these in a while. Context, you guys have seen me do 550 with this bar on a good morning. But what was I squatting at the time? Right? I think it contributed to my squat massively. Because I also had a 600 squat on this bar. Okay, but I was also repping 350 plus for sets of 10 with this bar. Okay, this is only 265. These sets of 10 were really challenging. And the reason I want to work these, not only the deadlift carryover, it'll also get me used to having a bar up on my back again. But again, it will build my power squatting. It'll reinforce the power squatting, because every time I start doing Olympic type squatting, which is what things turn into, it's unpredictable. I also end up feeling like my patellar tendons feel a little inflamed, things like that. I don't get that from the power squatting. So if I can get my good mornings way up there to that level again, I can just power through a wide stance squat. I can just power through it. I won't have the misses that I have where the chest caves. And again, it's not going to matter. As long as I can get it up out of the bottom, I'm good. Because I can just lever my way through it using my hips and my back if that happens. And now people say it's not the best way to do it. Well, it does work. Louis Simmons always said that. And I agree. It's been my observation with my own lifters over the years. Look, if you can hit it on a good morning, you can hit it on a squat. And I found that to be universally true. Any of my lifters who could good morning at least 500 pounds real strict, their squats were massive, almost no matter what I did for the squatting. Their squats are always heavier than their good mornings, but they're power squatters. So I want to keep working the good mornings up. I feel like I'm in a good spot to do so. Just going to build posterior chain. So we'll continue to do those things because they carry over to my deadlift. Keep in mind, I was doing deficit pulls with like 625 at the same time I was hitting that on good mornings. Okay, so we're going to work that. And we're going to hammer posterior chain. I'm not going to spend much time worried about my quads these days. I'll just hit heavy singles on squats, and eventually, if I want to really care, if I feel like I need it, I can build quads real fast and know how to do it. But I feel like the good morning is going to give me more of what I need overall. Look at my own training history, look at a lot of my clients. Okay, not a big deal. And I have a feeling those squat singles will start coming up real quick once I do the good mornings. But again, it does carry over to my deadlift also. But grip. So the stiff bar, yeah, that's going to be kind of a game changer for me again, building that grip back up, continuing to work grip really hard on upper days. And keep in mind, I'm always coming in fatigued on that. We're always coming into it fatigued. So again, always a good indicator, but this was a very productive workout today. And yes, it is hot. It is crazy hot out there. During my training today, it was almost 100 Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius for the people following. So even with my fans blowing, it was like an oven. Welcome to Texas. That's the downside with the garage. You know, this is my first summer training in the garage. And I used to train in this sort of heat some in the past growing up. I used to train some of this in Iron City when I used to train there a long time ago. But we're getting used to it. We're acclimating to it again. So after the good mornings, what did we do? Glute ham raises, reverse hypers. Now I feel like on the reverse hypers with some of it, I don't have much recovery left to even knock out the full 5 sets after doing all that. I mean, ideally I would like to for the extra restoration, but those good mornings took a lot out of me. I'm not used to those. That deadlift set was challenging. I want to build that up too. Might be worth building up. Kind of the same idea as what I've been doing with the benching. Hey, because the stiff bar is harder. So people say, well, you pulled this or that for 5s and 6s with the deadlift bar. Yeah, but the deadlift bar is easier. Normally, I've always said there's not much disparity between the two. For me, now there is. So we need to correct that. And a lot of it's the grip. A lot of it's the grip side power off the floor. But let's say we get to that point. Let's say we get up to doing more than 500 for 10. With this bar, have a great deadlift. Already have a great deadlift. Be more greater. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.